I'm Sarah Woodbury, and today we're wrapping up our first season of Quick Trips and our third season of Making Sense of Medieval Britain.
Do you want to tell everyone why we're in this particular setting?
Yeah, I guess we're going to go there. So we have had a lovely time on vacation in Mexico, and we both tested positive for COVID yesterday. So we are in enforced confinement for another 6 days here in Mexico.
5 days now.
5 days now. Maybe a little less fun than it sounds since we can't leave our room. But it is warm, and we thought that we would catch up on some of our work now that we're here.
Yeah, we planned on making this video when we got home. Originally we were planning to be home tomorrow.
Yeah.
But since you can tell I've got a bit of a cold,
Yeah.
but Sarah kind of doesn't have any symptoms at this point. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and try to do this video now while we're here, and maybe we'll cut in some footage of what our view is like from here.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't feel bad for us at all, honestly. We've done 3 seasons of videos that have included the Making Sense of Medieval Britain, just the broad sweep of history, followed by the second season is this role religion played in that sweep, and then this third season is just going from place to place and talking about those places within the context of the first 2 seasons.
Right, knowing that we had visited many more places that we had been able to talk about in the first 2 seasons.
Yes, and we've made playlists of all of those 3 things, and in addition, every time we visit Wales, we make travel videos and we put together those playlists. We also have a playlist with your book releases.
Yeah.
And then we just recently put together this final playlist that was just a list of things in North Wales for some friends of ours who are visiting that we thought might like to know what to see. And so we figured maybe other people would find that useful as well.
Right, so if you are planning a trip to North Wales or just want to see what maybe you could pack into a trip, then you can look at those videos as well. And those are all available on the channel.
Yeah, yeah.
This season, we did quick trips, each sort of a quick visit to a place that we visited and talk about the history and so on, from all, actually not just Britain, but other places in like France that we visited, or Scotland or Ireland.
What you're probably seeing now is we're going to have 2 maps.
Right.
One, the first map, is something that Sarah and I have compiled over the years. Every time a place comes up that we think might be interesting to visit, we plop it on this little map. And I think we have over 450 places now that are potential sites we'd like to see. We've probably been to a couple hundred of those.
Yeah.
And so these are kind of the places we have video footage for any place we've actually visited.
Right.
The places that we, in this original Quick Trips season, that we visited are on this map. And you can see it's actually a pretty good range of places. And what we found is that the audience of this channel likes the places in Wales mostly, not surprisingly, because Sarah focuses on Wales. So we'll try to stay with those for the most part, but there are some really interesting places that relate culturally and historically to what has happened in Wales that we saw both in France and in Ireland and Scotland and even England.
So if there's some place you really want us to talk about in another place, we'll just have to plan a trip there and
yes, and we are planning on going back to Wales and the UK as often as we can manage.
Yeah.
So one of the issues with these videos is it takes Sarah's time, and we talked about this previously. And Sarah is primarily a writer, and she loves writing, and she doesn't actually particularly enjoy making these videos, so I force her to make them.
I try not to make myself look like a hostage.
But so we try to figure out a way to make these videos fun for us, as well as hopefully for the people viewing them. So that's one of the reasons why we keep them short, and we try not to make them too extensive. So if you have ideas for us that meet those criteria, we want to do short, fairly informative videos about kind of the history of Wales and Britain, or places in Wales and Britain. That's really the focus of what we do, as you can see. So if you have suggestions for other things, if you want to have, we've talked previously about online live chats with Sarah where you want to ask questions, we could do that. There was a suggestion we do daily life videos, and we talked about that, and we think it's a really good idea, but we're having trouble coming up with ways of doing that don't involve a lot of extra work for us.
And one of the things that this channel has done and we have enjoyed doing is basically telling the history of Britain through the places that still exist on the ground, and the geography, and that's sort of where our focus has been when we go and visit those places. And my website has hundreds of articles about all sorts of aspects of medieval life, but some of those are harder to convey using places that we visit.
Yes. Well, and it's hard, like doing a video about medieval poisons.
Yes, medieval poisons.
Might be frowned on by the YouTube terms of service.
If you have a thought about what you would like us to do, feel free to look at the maps that Dan put up within the video and leave a note in the comments.
I guess that's probably good.
Yeah.
You have any other ideas? Anything else we need to say?
I don't think so. I think I started listening to you talking like, maybe I have COVID brain fog. Like, I'm just like, I'm here. I'm just sitting here.
I'm sorry. Probably the fact that I talked a lot makes it look more like I'm holding you hostage.
I know. Oh gosh.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for watching my video. You can click on the playlist or subscribe to my channel to see more. There'll be a new video next week. If you want to check out my books, click on the link to my webpage.